Hello and welcome back to the PowerKPIs Getting Started course series. In this session, session number 3, we will learn how to create a KPI grid view using a scenario dimension. A scenario dimension basically means we have one column in our dataset which indicates the KPI value type for each value instead of having one column for each type, just like you can see on screen right now. Okay, so let's take a look. In this example dashboard, we are looking at sales by region with 3 different KPI scenarios in our KPI cards. We have got the actual values in our big angry number, and then we also have forecast values and budget values. And as always, we also have the versus previous comparison, which the extension calculates automatically for us. We can also go ahead and click the different bars in our KPI charts, which will interact with the other visuals in our example dashboard. In this case, it highlights the bubbles in our bubble plot, which represent the different customers. Before we create this KPI setup ourselves, we will briefly take a look at the underlying data. As we can see, we have one column for the order date, one column for the different regions, Central, East, South, and West, and then the important column, the scenario column, which includes actual, budget, and forecast, and then the according sales values in a separate column. Okay, so let's use this data to create our KPI grid. For this, we simply go ahead and create a new worksheet and we give it a name. I will just go ahead and call it KPI scenarios. Then, as always, we head over to the marks card and select our PowerKPIs extension. We go ahead and grab measure names, pull it into measure names, measure values, pull it into measure values, and pull our order date onto the date field. Since we are trying to take a look at the different regions, we will also go ahead and pull regions onto the dimensions field. And then we have to filter down our measure names to only display our sales values. We will also go ahead and change our date aggregation to quarters. And then lastly, we will make use of our scenario dimension so we can distinguish between actuals, forecast, and budget values. To do so, we simply grab our scenario pill and pull it into detail. We can see that the extension has already noticed that there is a scenario field available, so we can simply accept the suggestion of the extension. And now we can already see that the extension has applied all the different scenarios available. The last thing we need to do is to configure the role of each scenario, meaning which one should be the main value and which ones should be comparison 1 and comparison 2. As of right now, the extension has just assigned each scenario randomly, so we can see here we've got our forecast values in the big angry number, our budget values in the comparison 1 section, and our actuals in the comparison 2 section. Ideally, we would want to have our actuals in the big angry number, so we need to change that. To do this, we simply head to the configuration menu in the top left of the canvas and open Configure Visualization. All the way down here, we can set up the role of the big angry number and the role of the charts for each scenario. In our case, the actuals should be our main value, so we set this up accordingly. Then we want our budget to be the comparison 1, this is already given, and then our forecast values should be comparison 2. To make the names of each metric a little shorter and easier to read, we can also go ahead and adjust each name. As already mentioned in previous videos, this will only affect the KPI cards in this sheet and not the entire workbook. Hit save. And we are done. We created a fully functional KPI grid using a scenario column. We've got our actual sales value in the big angry number, we've got our versus budget comparison, our forecast comparison, and also our automatically created versus previous comparison. In the next video, we will learn how to create a KPI tree using parent-child relations. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and a comment and consider subscribing to our channel.